What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Banks Bassin, and today I want to talk to you about something that's really well known in bass fishing. It's probably one of the best rigs that's ever been used, and it will continue to be. It's the Texas rig. It's been around for a long time, and it's very effective. It's a weedless rig, so you don't really get caught up in grass. But if you got a big hook, then you could get caught up on a tree or something underneath the water. Um, but you use an offset hook. Uh, Normally, what I like, I don't know what this one. I think this one's like a laser sharp, but I would recommend getting uh, this company right here, Gamakatsu. This company makes really good hooks, and this actually might be no, this is a Gamakatsu hook. They look exactly the same, but either way, it's a 2-aught, and they're really good hooks. They don't bend a whole lot. I mean, this is a 2-aught, so it's gonna bend a little bit, but it's just a really solid hook, and I like them a lot. But you use an offset hook, and the thing about the Texas rig is that you can use so many different baits. You can use creature baits like this Berkeley Havoc. It mimics a crawdad. And they come in all kinds of different colors, but this thing catches big, big fish, like really big fish. Small fish usually don't even freaking bite this thing. And if you don't live in a place where there's crawdads, then it ain't gonna bite it, obviously. You can also throw flukes. Everybody loves a good fluke. Split tail, really good on a Texas rig. And a Texas rig, you can also throw weighted or weightless. It doesn't really matter. It depends on what kind of bait you're using, of course, but it just depends on how you like to fish also. You can also throw lizards on a Texas rig, like this Zoom lizard that I have. You also got stick baits, like these ones right here. This one is the Gary Yamamoto Yaman Senko. This is the legendary bait also. Catches a lot of fish, because it wiggles a lot. Another one that I like to use, Zoom makes these also, but these ones are Culprit, and it's a small stick bait with a flare tail, so it kind of shimmers in the water, and it just adds an extra element when you're trying to fish. It adds a moving element on top of a wiggle, so it's just a little more flashy. And then you also got frogs. You got topwater frogs. You can just crank across the top of the water, bounce off of a lily pad. This is a Zoom frog, and the thing about these frogs is they got this nice crease in here to kind of hide that hook, and it's pretty sweet. So I'm going to show you how to hook them up. We're going to start with the frog. So I like to say you take the length of this part of the hook right here into the frog. And I say go into the bottom, and then just kind of pull it through. Boom. Push it all the way through and turn the hook. And pull it just like that. And you pull it just like that. My finger's in the way. So the hook is in the top of the frog. You turn it. So you have that. Bend the frog a little bit. So put the hook in. And the hook should be flush with the top of your frog. Flush as in you shouldn't see the tip of the hook. Now, the cool thing about these Zoom frogs is it has these two creases right there on each side, and they are higher than the hook, so grass and nothing can get stuck. You're pulling it through the water, bouncing it off the top of the water, nothing's gonna get stuck. So now, I haven't used this frog yet. I haven't used any of these frogs yet. I really don't have a place with lily pads around here, and I like to fish frogs around lily pads. I used another like soft bait frog called the Bully Watu that I did, or that I showed in my MTV unboxing video. I caught a bowfin on that, but this frog should work well. And you can let it sink a little bit because it's got these paddle legs. Just let it sink a little bit and then pull it up and skip it off the top of the water. But yeah, now we're gonna get into our creature bait. So here's the top, here's the bottom. Like before, the length of the hook, stick it in, poke through the bottom, like that, push it all the way through, turn it, bend your bait just a little bit, stick the hook in so it comes through the top, lay it flush. Now this one I may have, you see how it's bent like that, I may have given a little too much slack, but you can fix that by pulling it up. And if you have line on here, you can just pull it up over the line too. It's not really going to hurt too much, as long as your bait is straight. So that's what that's going to look like, and then it's just going to move through the water. You're just going to, I haven't caught anything on this either because I don't have crawdads in my area, but from what I've seen, you just give a straight retrieve and kind of flick it every once in a while. Let's get into the lizard. The lizard I have caught fish on. If you check out my Instagram, FreedomPatriot94, you'll see the fish with this in its mouth. Caught a little bass. But this one, I don't like to go in quite as much with the tip of the hook. Maybe just a centimeter. Or a quarter inch. I wouldn't say a centimeter. Quarter inch. Right there. Pull it through, pull it to the top. A little bit of slack. Just like that. Boom. Straight retrieve this, give a little flick, and you're in business. This has a lot of moving parts. Shimmers in the dark water, it'll shimmer. So around here I fish a lot of tea colored water, so I tend to use baits like this. Another good one is this fluke that I use. The fluke is easy. Also through the bottom, like that. Pull it through. Pull it through the top. Just like that. Now, you're thinking, what's going to happen when the fish bites? When the fish bites, bait is going to push down, exposing the hook. He's going to hold on to it. Then you're going to set the hook like that, and you're in business. And that's how that works. Just like that. Boom. Stick baits are easy. The Senko, take the flat end, because there's a pointed end. and a flat end. I'm gonna take the flat end. These, it doesn't, I don't really, you can choose a top or a bottom however you want. I don't really choose, like, it doesn't really matter to me. I'll throw it on sideways, you know, doesn't really matter to me. Tip of the hook, slide it in, pull it up to the top, just like that, a little bit of slack, just like that. Now, the thing about Yamen Seikos are they are so soft. They're not very durable. They slide on your hook just like that. I mean, if you're pulling it through the water, of course, it's not going to slide very much. But after you cast it a few times, or if a fish bites it, it's gonna rip. It's gonna slide. So what I like to do, I'm going to see if I can get you to see it. If you can see that hook. Okay, turn it at an angle. Okay, I'll take this and slide it and push the worm up and dig the tip of the hook into the worm, just like that. Let's see if you can see it. The tip of the hook is in the worm, and that helps it from sliding a little bit. It's not going to slide as much. If you can see that, how the tip of the hook is like driven into the worm, that helps a lot. And then when the fish bites, it just pops right off, and you set that hook. And we're going to get into the next stick bait. This culprit